Hello, you guys. Looks like I'm live, and I have something a little different and a lot more fun to talk about today. I just dropped it. I got it. Okay, and it's a tag. I put on a little dress. It's supposed to go more like this today, like that. It's a tag, and it is from a gal online named Lulu on Beauty. Now, if I can figure out how, I'll put her link down below. But if you don't see it, go to her channel, Lulu on Beauty. She's adorable. She's full of personality, and she has this tag going around. And she tagged. I was one of the mature beauty people on YouTube that she tagged to do it. It's really cute too. So there are several questions, so I'm going to dive in. Okay, the first question is, do I think I look my age? And I would say yes, I look my age, because I think this is what 69 looks like these days. Years and years ago, before they had all these beauty products and before cosmetic surgery was affordable, people didn't look as good as we look these days. They usually went gray, they usually had perms, and they weren't a good kind of a perm, but they were the kind of perm that helped them manage their hairstyles. They didn't have the kind of salons, beauty salons we have today with the eyebrow waxing and the nails and pedicure salons that are so available. So I think, especially when I look on this YouTube community of mature women, I think, I definitely think I look certainly, I look like one of them and they look like one of me. So, okay, that's the answer to number one. What eye cream did I use last night? Well, I used Dove soap last night. I didn't even put eye cream on. Crossover. Oh, have I yet crossed over to wearing granny panties? I am proud to say that I have been wearing granny panties since I was in my 20s, and I'll tell you why. I have always bought my underwear a few sizes too large for me, because by the time I put my slacks on, it took away any visible panty line. So that was what I learned. Wearing panties, underwear that were extra large for me, not bikini, certainly not thong, nothing with lace, nothing too flimsy of a material. I had to feel supported, and I always did. So by buying granny panties, a few sizes too big, that kept away the VPL. How often or ever do I wear red lipstick? Well, you guys know me. I love my red lipstick. I have several flavors of it, but my favorite flavor is the Beso by Stila. I'm not wearing it today. I'm not wearing it around the house while I'm sick, because I am on my couch a lot and I don't want it to rub off on my pillowcase and blankets. Although it is a permanent stain and it does stay on, I would be uncomfortable thinking I'm getting my red lipstick. And who am I kidding? Like, I need to be wearing red lipstick while I'm wheeling my wheelchair around the house? I don't think so. But I love red lips. I think red lips on any woman is so pretty. And so I highly recommend red lips. Do I use vitamin C serum? No, I don't. I don't use any serums. Once in a blue moon, when I have been gifted serums from the different sites and from people emailing me and asking me if I would, give their products a review, then I use serums. Other than that, no, I don't. Do I still use black eyeliner? Hello, I use it, and I use it even more. I need darkened eyes. I feel like my eyes are, for them to really show, for them to be enhanced, for them to kind of, be the best they could be. I line them with black, the darker the better. I don't use brown, I go straight to black. What is the height of heel that I can wear for more than 3 hours at a time? Well, of course, now that I'm in a wheelchair, I'm not even wearing shoes because I feel comfortable that my feet can touch the floor. But I do maybe a kitten heel, maybe a 2.5-inch heel. I like to wear high heels, like a 3.5, 4-inch high heel, but I just can't anymore. I don't have the balance and they hurt my feet. I will wear, before I recently broke my leg, I will wear high heels, but I wear them when I go places where I'm sitting down. Like if I'm going to the movies and and maybe it's a special occasion or something, and like that's a place where all I have to do is get from the car to the theater that I'm sitting down. If I'm going out to dinner, all I have to do is get from the car to the dinner house and I'm sitting down. So I like the look of a high heel, who doesn't? But basically I've been Googling and I've been online now to buy flat shoes with a tiny, maybe this much of a little wedge heel. Because I have a high arch in my foot, I need a little bit of a little something, otherwise they don't stay on my feet. Okay, do I use pressed powder or loose powder? I use both. I use loose powder while I'm putting on my makeup. I use, if I remember, if I have a shine, or if I want to, if I'm videotaping or something, then I try to put loose powder on if I remember. And I try to carry the pressed powder with me in my purse because, who wants to carry loose powder in their purse? Not me. But the last pressed powder I purchased was on Amazon, and it was a corn silk, and it was like $35. I thought it was outrageous, but I really wanted it and I needed it, so I purchased it. Well, I didn't have it 10 days and I dropped it and it crumbled, but I still use it and I just use it carefully. How are my eyebrows doing? My eyebrows are doing fine, but they're getting thinner and thinner. And so I've decided I'm not going to get my eyebrows waxed anymore. If I do, it'll just be down here and in here, because they wax them thinner and thinner every time I go to an eye waxer place. And I need all the eyebrows I can get. I think eyebrows are important. I think they frame your face. They certainly frame your eyes. And I do use like a waxy eyebrow pencil that's a brown. I do use brown on my eyebrows. And I have had my brows tattooed or permanent makeup twice, and I will do it again when I can afford it and as soon as I can get there. How often, if ever, do I wear glitter or metallic eyeshadow? Never, because I'm allergic to it. The glitter and the metallic, it really bothers my eyes. Plus, my eyelids are very crepey due to age, very thin skin due to age. And the glitter and the metallic does not become me. So I do not use it. I don't buy it. I don't use it. I don't want to use it. Let's see. Do I still wear sleeveless? Yes. And my arms do not look good. They look dimply, they're flabby, they could be worse, but I still wear sleeveless because I live in the desert and it's very, very hot here. And everybody, it doesn't matter what age, we wear sleeveless. We go sleeveless. I will continue to go sleeveless, although I will say some tops look better on me sleeveless than others. But for the most part, I will still reach for items to try on that are sleeveless. I wear sleeveless. I wear sleeveless. How often do I use glycolic acid peels? I don't. Once again, unless I've been gifted a glycolic acid peel, I don't use them. And I will, just a caveat here is, for those of you who don't know, I have had 3 in the last 20 years. I have had 3 very strong lasers on my face. It's been 20, well, I haven't had one in probably 10 years, but I have had, in the last 20 years, I've had 3. So that is why my skin looks as good as it does. And my skin looks better on camera than it does in person because of the lighting. Do I take vitamin supplements for my hands and my hair? No, I don't take any vitamins, and I need to. And in fact, I need to, that's one of the things that when Annie comes next week, I want her to take me to Walgreens, and I need to buy calcium. I need to buy a really good multivitamin, and I have to take them. I buy them, but then I never take them, and then they get old as can be, and I end up throwing them out. So I'm kind of bad about that. Let's see here. Do I look more like my mother or my father at this age? And I will say I definitely look more like my mother. My mother and her side of the family have the dark eyes, have the dark eyebrows. I do have my father's family's nose. But I will say I have had my nose, I've had my nose done. Not done, but my nose was getting really fat right in here, spreading. So when I had one of my cosmetic procedures, you can go back online. It's under, I'm glad I did it. I asked the doctor if he would, I said, what do you think about my nose? My nose is getting fatter, fatter, broader, broader. And he said, yeah, it is. So he said, I'm not going to do one thing. I'm just going to go up and scrape out some of the cartilage in your nose through your nostril. And he did. And it really, I liked the way it turned out. I don't even know why I'm telling you that, but we have to share things, don't we? This is what we do when we're online and we're YouTube ladies. Let's see. So no, I do not. So I look more like my mother. I just told you this one. If I could, what would I lift? Would I lift my eyes? Would I lift my neck? Would I lift my boobs? Would I lift my, let's see, neck, eyes, what is that? Tummy or boobs. Even though I need all of them lifted, I would love to have a tummy lift, but I hear they are extremely painful and a long recovery. So ixnay the tummy. But I definitely would get a neck lift. I'd get my neck and my jowls lifted, and that is a plan. I want to do that sooner than later. Maybe when I sell my house and I get some money, I can do that. And another laser on my skin. Really bad right in here, really bad right in here. I'm getting dark spots and my skin is really aging. And I want to get a real heavy laser right in here. I don't care about my hands. My hands really don't look good. What was my last vacation? About almost a year ago, I'll say 10 months ago, I flew to Florida. Naples, Florida, to visit a friend for 2 weeks. I had a blast. We had so much fun. And we went, had lunch on the beach, and I had never been to Florida. So I loved it. My eyes were bulging out of my head. I was so busy looking around. And the last one, best memory of my mother's beauty routine. Well, I remember when I was a little girl, Mom, you won't even remember this, Mom, but maybe you will. When we lived on Hendry Place in Los Angeles by the Los Angeles airport, where we used to live on that street is no longer there. They've bulldozed that whole area down. It's like one giant field. But we lived in a home with 3 bedrooms and 1 bathroom, which everybody else in the neighborhood did too. It was a lovely area, lovely neighborhood. It was like a Kevin Arnold neighborhood from that, oh shoot, I can't remember the name of that sitcom that was on. Well, it was like a Kevin Arnold neighborhood. Okay, so they had sidewalks and street lights, and everybody had their green grass and mowed their grass on the weekends and that kind of a thing. Well, I used to sit when my mother and dad went out, which was hardly ever. They never went out. They were always home with us kids, but on an occasion when they did go out, or at least my mother was going out, she would go into our one bathroom, and I would sit on the toilet seat and I would watch her put her makeup on. And I would always say, like, tell me about when you and dad fell in love. And so anyway, it was kind of like, I remember it's like, I always liked makeup and girly stuff and the hairspray and my mother used to have it was like a tiny flat red box of, I think it was Maybelline mascara. And she'd like take her finger and she'd push, and the end of the box would come out, and one side would be a little black brush and the other side would be black wax. She'd take the brush out and she'd put it under the faucet, get it wet, and rub it into the black wax, and then she'd put that on for eyelash, for mascara. And they didn't have makeup like they have, well, at least my family didn't have makeup like we have nowadays. They had the basics, and everybody's makeup sort of looked the same. So, but I think that was my favorite memory, that I was able to chit chat private. It was like would be just my mom and I. The other three siblings weren't bugging us. First of all, there wasn't room enough in the bathroom for anybody else to come in but my mother and I. So that's one of my favorite memories regarding my mother's beauty regime. Ladies, wasn't this a fun Hot Lips Houlihan tag? I want to thank Lulu on Beauty for tagging me, and I tag any of the lovely ladies, any of the lovely mature ladies from the mature beauty community to follow up on this tag. I think it's fun, and until our next conversation.